we'll kick that right off.
Okay, let me clap.
All right.
Are you recording, right?
I am.
Thank you very much. Thank you. A smattering of applause as we begin. Welcome to Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast, which is the equivalent of curling, I would say, in that not much happens, and when you're done, you just want to drink. So that's
Isn't that why you go curling? So you can drink after? It's like
much.
the après curl.
You have to wait till the end.
That's pretty much
True. Yeah,
That's pretty
sure.
much how
In
you
between each end.
Sure.
You have to wait till the end. Anyway, we are a podcast. We're Dave, Rachel, and Foreman, and this fine, high-quality podcast is brought to you by Calves for a Cause, April 5th. Don't forget about it.
What an amazing opportunity to buy into one of the hottest families on the planet, by the way.
Hottest
They
families.
just got in a master June calf right from Butter Tart.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
There you go.
What does that mean?
Don't ask.
does
It's on the Calves for a Cause Facebook page.
What
I
does
don't really
that
understand.
mean?
Oh my
says
gosh,
Rachel.
so funny. I don't know what that means. Well, this Calves for a Cause, if you haven't been listening, has been put on by Daryl and Sarah Morris, and their son spent a lot of time and still does at Children's Hospital, starting in the NICU and still gets treated there. So they wanted to give back. So all commissions from each calf sold goes to the Children's Health Foundation here in London. And the sale is online April 5th. It's part of the Canadian Dairy Expo in Stratford.
Hey,
Okay.
Sunsparks Holsteins is sending an analyst winter calf from possibly one of Apple's best breeding daughters. Applause.
Wow.
Oh,
well,
okay.
well. This is, see?
I mean, if you're in the market,
Well,
there's no
this-
better place.
Hey,
Really.
what can you say?
Absolutely.
And it's going for, and these calves aren't just very special, as Foreman has pointed out, but
Mm.
they're also for a cause. And
That's
it's
right.
a good cause.
If you're going to
So,
buy a calf, might as well be for a cause.
there you go.
Yeah.
April 5th, don't forget about it. Okay, here we are. We're, Rachel, last time we talked.
There's the beer.
Oh,
I need
there
one
it
of
is.
those.
Yeah.
I
Why?
got to find this thing I want to tell you about. Last
Ooh.
time I talked about.
It's a dirty blonde that
Oh, a
Foreman
dirty
is,
blonde.
dirty
Kind of like
blonde.
me.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a dirty blonde from Dartmouth.
I'm not from Dartmouth.
You are starting to get an accent.
Dartmouth.
From Dartmouth.
Get in the car.
Yeah.
Okay, so last time I told you about my daughter Julia and her friend, their new game is spying on us.
Yeah. That's a fun
Basically
game.
real fun.
Mhm.
Basically just Jeremy and I. So they had a sleepover recently.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine how that went.
With a lot of spying going on.
They had a lot more time, to spy
Mm-hmm.
on us. So this time they did spy and they made notes because it was pretty blatant. Their spying wasn't really that covert, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew they were spying, and then they took notes, obviously, because we saw them,
Sure.
and as they did last time. But this time they went a step further and made a newspaper
Oh, did they?
If this
with
whole
all of their
newspaper
information.
is not all about you, I'm going to be right pissed.
It's
Yeah. Yeah, we were at
I'm
happiest.
gonna post pictures of this newspaper because it's I don't know if you can see that. Here it says news.
News. It
Today's
says.
newspaper, and there's pictures. It's all local news, as you can see. Local, they say.
Spy news.
Spy
That's
news.
spy news.
Yeah. Spy news. Okay, so drawn by Julia and her friend, written by Julia and her friend. I don't know if her friend's parents want
Created
her name out
by
there.
Julia and her friend.
Mhm.
Produced by Julia.
Produced
Colored
by-
by
sure.
Julia and her friend, and Kendall helped color it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, okay. So the first story is local. Jeremy. And it's so Jeremy watching curling, actually, of all things, as we were just, because he was on the couch, and you can see in this picture watching curling. Okay, there
They
Yeah.
drew
he
a picture
is.
of him.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah, there he
Jeremy watching curling on the couch.
There he is.
Jeremy
It's like
looks at
Stickman on stick coach.
Yeah.
yes, but he has a
Okay.
blue shirt and black pants.
What's he
Okay.
holding?
Jeremy, his phone, because he
Oh.
looks at Facebook, and on Facebook, wrestler matches, and then in brackets, and being lazy. This was Sunday morning because they had a sleepover.
Okay.
Saturday night. Okay,
Watching-
that's story number one.
Watching curling, huh?
Watching curling and wrestling matches on his phone at the same time,
Oh.
and just being lazy.
That watching curling thing, I
Oh God,
still,
I can't, but he
it's
loves it.
I have a hard time
He
Wasn't
wrapping.
it the
watches everything.
Briar?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
of
it's the
course.
Briar. It's
Wasn't
in
that
London.
in London?
Yes,
it was, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so that's story number 1. Story number 2, also about Jeremy. This one, he's not gonna like that I'm telling you this.
Mm.
It says Jeremy went poo. Urgent news, but urgent is ERJENT.
That's close.
Yeah.
Close.
went-
And then there's
Bet your
me.
poo's spelled right.
It is spelled right. Even
Good.
Jeremy's not spelled right. Jeremy is what they
Okay,
say.
all right.
Then there's me and outside of the bathroom saying, Jeremy, when are you going to get out? It's been 3 hours. Okay. There's the photo.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that.
It's very
Look at the
difficult
video.
to see that photo.
Okay.
Um,
I'll post these anyways.
yep,
Okay.
all
That
right.
might as well
Perfect.
be
That's
your
story
wedding
number 2.
vows.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. What are you
You
getting
know
out?
what? If that goes for any wife anywhere, if you're marrying a man, I think, I don't know what it's like if you marry a woman, but if you marry, that's going to be your life. You're going to be standing outside of the bathroom going, "When are you coming out?"
Mm.
Anyway,
No, I'm watching
can-
wrestling.
I can give
that
you.
story.
That's right.
was
Foreman and I
actually-
can give you all kinds of ways to know what life is like if you marry a woman, Rachel, in case
Okay,
you need to
sure.
ask us.
No, I don't want to ask. No, we're not
Okay.
talking about that.
Someone
today.
always
All right.
pounding on the door trying to get you off the toilet.
Yes,
Trying
always.
to get me off the can.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
Now, not to put a damper on this rapport here, but that story was fake news because he never went to the bathroom that morning. So that was totally made up.
Where did
Covered
that
it all
go?
up.
Well,
Very clever.
but he must go to the bathroom on a regular,
Oh
frequent
well,
basis.
yes, but he wasn't in there pooing for 3 hours.
I think maybe you
that
do.
didn't happen.
I believe you say that to him though. When are you getting
But
out of
he-
there?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
they've probably seen it, so it's fair.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
okay. Story
it's-
number 3,
Yes.
also about Jeremy.
Oh,
Um,
it's when
yeah,
when
well,
is
come
Rachel
on.
is in like section
Well,
Like,
three?
I
that's
think
coming.
you're leaving yourself out on purpose.
No,
Yes.
I'm not. The last 2 are about me and Kendall.
Okay,
There's 5 stories here. Okay.
All right.
We're
sure.
on number 3. Number 3, local Jeremy, and then there's a photo of him at a computer, and he says, "I'm serious." Click, 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 clickety, click. It says, Jeremy is also doing work, and then in brackets, and in his pajama pants. Okay, don't know if you can see that bottom one there.
It's
a
hard
little
to see.
blurry.
It's hard to see.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
All right.
So
thank
that's Jeremy now doing work, not being lazy, but he didn't get that credit.
you. Okay.
Okay,
Clickety
okay.
click click click. That's
Clickety
doing work.
click click click.
That's
what
doing
they-
work. Okay. Fine.
That's right. Well, he's on his computer, tappity tap tap typing, right?
Oh.
Okay. Next story, Rachel.
Rachel, here
Finally.
Rachel
Finally,
local.
finally
This is
some-
mine.
we
Yeah.
go. Spy dirt on Rachel.
Spy dirt on me. Now there's 2 pictures of me. One, I'm at the counter eating. Okay. Rachel is eating breakfast and texting. Then she has done breakfast, but still on Instagram watching reels and girls looking at themselves in the mirror. And that's it. There's me.
Is
Okay.
that what you watch?
Is that what you watch on
Girls
Instagram?
looking. I guess. Yeah. Whatever came up on reels is what I was watching. Because now they know the difference between TikTok and reels because last time was about TikTok.
Okay, got
Okay,
it.
last
Okay.
story, Kendall local. Kendall is being annoying, keeps talking and spying, being a spy with us. And that's
Wow.
it. Kendall wasn't thrilled about that.
So she's
Um,
spying on the spies.
Yes, she was helping them, but then I guess
She
they
wanted
didn't
to be part of
appreciate.
the. She
Mhm.
wanted
Yeah,
to be part
she's
of the whole spy
5 and
thing.
they're 9, so it's
Okay.
At some
wants
point
to
in
be with her big
between, there was a
sister.
meltdown. I'm
there you
sure.
go. Oh yeah, this
Um,
was like I was just trying to ignore them.
Mm.
Now, what they didn't say was most of this was fake news, except we were on the couches on our phones. So that's probably true. Kendall probably was annoying. Jeremy didn't poo for 3 hours that
Right.
morning.
And you didn't eat
And
breakfast.
he's not lazy. And we told them maybe you should come and spy on us when we're working
Uh-huh.
and spy on us and write a newspaper for then. But they didn't want to do that. So
No,
this
that's-
is what's been printed.
It's not as interesting. Don't you know how look, Rachel?
If we're lazy,
Do you not understand how a trashy newspaper works? Don't
Yeah.
you understand?
it has to be at least partially fake news.
Well, of course.
I think so.
Otherwise, why do I read it?
Yeah.
I want to know. I don't want to know about Jeremy pooing for or in there for 3 hours. I
No.
want to know what you're doing in there.
Well,
That's what
I wasn't. They caught me at breakfast and on the couch, and that was about it.
Okay.
And then
Can
they
we-
stopped. So now Julia has taken this even another step further because
Ooh.
this is a print edition. She's actually making a digital edition of the same newspaper.
Good.
And
good.
she's learning to use Canva.
Good.
And she has created a digital version.
So
Okay.
we'll have access to that without you
Mhm.
filtering in between
Perfect.
and just showing us waving around blurry pictures on your webcam.
Yeah, we want
Yeah.
access.
Like you
No.
listening to this aren't
Yeah.
missing anything because Dave and I can't see.
We
crap.
can't. We can't
No.
see it either. We can't see it either.
And we don't know what stories Rachel's not sharing.
There was
biggest
3
problem.
pages, 5
Uh-huh.
stories of news and it was
Right.
all local.
Look, it's pretty
in
good.
the house news.
It's pretty good dirt, really.
I mean, sure.
I would like
guess so.
more. This could be.
I think I could spy on them and get some decent dirt about what
well,
they're doing.
I think I'd rather have them spy on you. So
I know you would.
please-
yeah,
I know
please-
you would.
please give them full access.
Maybe Jeremy can assist.
That's
Oh,
right.
I'm sure he would. If
All
they're
right.
not going to write about him pooing, he'll do whatever.
We need more updates. We do. Yeah. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Foreman. You know what I was thinking? If only Will Smith had been listening to this podcast a year ago, he would have slapped us instead, and the world would have been a much better place. Don't you think?
Chris Rock would have made a lot less money.
Well,
That's
that's
true.
true. Yeah.
there's
No wonder
that-
he didn't want to talk
Yeah.
to Will. He
Yeah.
wanted to make money off it first.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Well, speaking of movies and the Oscars, were we? Well, kind of.
Kind of.
I just recently, within the last few days, for the first time in my life, saw Top Gun. You know, the original.
Oh, okay.
Top
You've
Gun.
not the new.
watched it?
I just, yes, 1986, by the way, Top Gun came out. Tom Cruise.
I've
Tom
never
Cruise.
seen Top Gun.
You've never seen it?
I
No,
was 1
but
year
you'd
old.
never seen it. You were 1 year old. I was
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
I was 3 when it came out. I thought you would have seen it though, Dave.
I have to be honest with you. I don't recall why I didn't see that movie, but I will say this. I've seen little bits and pieces of that movie over the years. My wife claims it's her favorite movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Ever?
she loves that movie, and
Really?
she didn't believe me when I said I've never seen it. Oh yes, you have. I've seen, maybe you pop in the middle of it, or you pop into the scene where they sing "You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling," or you pop in close to the end, or whatever. But I'd never, honestly, and I was familiar with. There's a Kenny Loggins song in there. What is it? Danger Zone and.
Highway to the danger zone.
Yeah, and Take My Breath Away. And I knew the music. I knew all of that stuff. I just never really, and I
Watched it.
don't know why. Like one of my favorite movies from the 80s, and I have a lot of favorite movies in the 80s. One of my favorites came out in 85, and that's Back to the Future, which I have
Yes.
seen literally 100 times.
Yeah, I've seen
Same.
that a lot. All of
Yeah,
them. All 3.
Yeah, the Back to the Future. Top Gun, for some reason, it didn't. And part of the reason I think is I've never been to an air show in my life. That stuff doesn't interest me. I'm not remotely interested. But
Yeah, I don't.
and maybe that's why I hadn't
It's
seen it.
okay. I mean, air shows are fine. I'll go, but I don't.
Why
need to.
why haven't you watched Top Gun?
Me? I don't know. I've never sat down to do it. It's not that I'm against it. I remember people watching it when I was a kid, even though it came out when I was
It's
3.
very popular. It's a very
was
popular
still-
movie.
Yeah. And I have a girlfriend who loves Top Gun because
Yes.
she loves Tom Cruise in
Mhm.
in Top Gun, the original one.
Foreman,
So then I considered when the new one came out, I was like, oh, I should watch the old one so that I can watch the new one because I heard
No,
it's
my-
good.
I got in trouble back when the movie. So then there's Top Gun Maverick. It was in theaters back in last year,
Right.
and Jana wanted to go, and I was like, "Yeah, I can't go because I don't think I'll know what's going on. I didn't see I don't. Oh yeah, you've seen the first, so I didn't go. Now my daughter went to see it twice.
Oh, has
liked
she
it.
seen the
Wow.
original?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, she
Oh.
had seen the original.
So she
Foreman,
had seen it, but you hadn't.
no, I've never seen it all the way through. So Foreman, have you seen it?
No, well, only recently as well.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
you've never seen it.
I had a
Wow.
How is it
signed
such
up
a
for a
popular
1 week
movie?
free trial for Paramount Plus, and I got both Top Gun movies in that 1 week.
Yeah. So what happened with me
Makes
is
sense.
I watched the original Top Gun, and then the next day we watched Top Gun Maverick. Okay. So my take on it, and my wife wasn't overly like. At one point, she gets all kind of teary eyed while we're watching Top Gun, and she goes, "Are you crying?" And I'm like, "No, no." You know, because one of the characters, anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Yeah, don't. I haven't
I
seen
will-
it. Don't spoil
I
it.
don't. Well, yeah. You're really gonna go watch it now.
I am.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
You have a habit of not. You've
No.
never seen a Star Wars movie. You've
That's
never
true.
seen a Marvel Universe movie. You have a habit of not watching
I've
popular
seen Marvel
movies.
Not all of them, but some of them. I've never seen Star Wars.
Anyway, I watched Top Gun, the original Top Gun. Here's my take on Top Gun, and this from somebody who had not seen it all the way through, and I finally see it all the way through. I kind of felt like I didn't understand why Tom Cruise was a bit of a douchebag. I just couldn't wrap my head around because he did things in this movie. He's cocky, okay?
Right,
It's
okay.
cocky.
Yep.
You could call it cockiness, whatever,
Mhm.
but it's a bit of d-baggery, if you ask me. That he does
Yes.
he does a couple of things.
But
that
it
you just-
comes
like
different.
he-
It comes across differently in the 80s, I
I
think.
guess.
Probably.
I don't know.
It's
So
Tom Cruise's character and Val Kilmer's character both being douches is
Yes.
the reason for the sadness.
yes,
There's no other reason for it.
yes,
Everything would have been fine without them being douches.
but they
Mm.
were. They're
Yes.
both cocky and they're both d-bags. So, but it's okay. It ends. It's okay. It's a satisfactory ending. It's not perfect, but it's satisfactory. And I went, and my Janice said, "What do you think?" I said, "Well, I don't understand why you had to be a d-bag, but it's fine. It's whatever." So now the very next day we watch Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
This movie, honest to goodness, blows me away.
Really?
Fabulous. I mean, beyond and I'm glad that I saw the first one, so that
Yes.
because they do reference the original movie. You have to be familiar with that original movie, or
Yeah.
you wouldn't really understand
No.
kind of
Okay.
what's going on, right? And Tom Cruise looks great. I mean, he still looks great. Takes his shirt off a lot at 60 years of age, but
Yeah.
if I looked like that,
Hey, if
I
you
would.
can.
If I looked like that, Rachel, I
Yep.
wouldn't wear a shirt. I wouldn't need one. I wouldn't even wear one. I
He
wouldn't.
still quite literally wears the same clothes and drives the same motorcycle.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he does.
Probably
But
the same size too as 40
Yes.
years
but
ago.
you,
Yeah.
he's aged. I mean, he's 60 years old. 60,
Yeah.
61. Anyway, this movie's just like I don't want to spoil it though, and millions of people have seen it and already know this. I'm blown away by this movie. I mean, there's no comparison between the first. Would you say? I mean,
You can't compare them because the first is so obnoxiously stupid
Oh, it is?
and so cheesily 80s made. Like the way it was
Yes.
put together.
Yes.
The amount of times you hear parts
Right.
of Danger Zone and that other. What's that other?
Oh, that take my breath away.
Oh,
Like
God.
I kept saying to
Just
to
play the
Jana,
song.
Take my
Yeah.
breath away.
No, they don't even do that. They just keep playing
Oh.
the opening bars. Ba 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 ba.
They don't get to
ba,
the
ba. And then they don't. You never hear. But and at one point, I even turned to Jan and said, "Why do they keep doing that?" Well, that's the song that's famous from the movie. I said, "I get that. I know the song. Why won't they play it?
Mhm.
What's going on?"
Well,
But-
we make movies a lot better now, right? I mean, the
I don't-
80s
Yeah.
was a long time ago.
I would
Right?
say, well, not only do we
40
make
years
movies,
old.
we have better technology and everything else. I just
Yeah.
felt like this movie had just the stakes in this movie were greater. It was like the whole thing. It was just better. It was
Mm.
better. It's and it's I highly recommend it. I mean,
Yeah.
just watch.
I should
this
watch
movie.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you better watch the first one first.
Okay.
You have to
I
watch
might
the
have to get a
first one.
subscription to Paramount.
Yeah. So anyway, my wife says to me, "Well, it's not as good as the first one." I said, "What are you talking?" are you talking about?
So
Anyway.
she likes the first one, but I think probably she likes the first one because it's nostalgic for her.
Maybe.
Like if it's a nostalgic reasons, like
Maybe.
because it can't be it's not better made better. Obviously we make movies, we have better effects, we have better graphics, we have better just everything now to make movies.
Yeah,
40 years is a long time.
And especially the way that Top Gun Maverick is made. I mean, it's made so much in a better way with so much better technology.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like filming real fighter jets and all the rest of it. Like that's miles beyond most current movies.
You see him flying a jet in this,
and he actually is.
And he's acting, but you can hear him struggling.
Yeah,
it's amazing, which they didn't do in the first movie. They're just up there. They're slap happy guys in the plane, and they can do it. They're But in the second one, you're like, oh wow!
I'm surprised they even made a second movie, considering you think the first one was so bad.
But it was such a phenomenon.
It was a huge movie.
I guess, yeah.
Huge. Here's the major difference between the two that I don't fucking understand. In the first one, and part of this is spoilers. So part of this is spoilers.
Okay.
For the love interest of Tom Cruise.
Right.
In the first one, who he meets at a bar, sings such an obnoxiously weird song to someone he just met, and
out of the blue,
bar
too.
Sing
out
to
of
her.
the blue, too.
It's so bizarre. Why that song choice? What the fuck? Then it turns out the next day she's one of the teachers of all these young pilots, right? And she's an admiral's daughter, and she's a doctor of something, and a physicist, and a whatever, all this other stuff, all these accolades.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They bring her back for the second movie as a bar owner.
No, it's not the same character.
What happened?
No, it's not the same character. No, it's
her.
not the same character. No, it's not.
Supposed to be.
No, it's not.
They've had this on again, off again relationship, same person.
No, that's
now
the
she
thing.
has a child. Why does she only own a bar now? What happened?
Okay, well, no, because Foreman, what happened was that you have to check the names of the two women. They have different names. So we just ignored. No, I thought her name was Charlotte in the first movie. They ignored her. They didn't ask her to be in the movie.
I'll watch it
the
and
actress,
let you know.
Yeah, she's a completely different character that he apparently had an on-again, off-again relationship.
Why are we, as the viewers, supposed to
one.
remember her as their on-again, off-again relationship then, if we didn't know who she was?
I don't think... Then it's a 3-hour movie, and it's already 2:15, so that's why I think. I think
they had to cut that out for time.
I think they made for time. They made it very... It was very clear to me that she wasn't the same woman... And I don't know.
It's a new actor.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just accepted and moved on. I know that's difficult for you, Foreman, but
I
don't do that with anything in my life.
I know you don't.
That's
You gotta
hard
sometimes
for you.
just accept and move on. Okay? This is Due to Underwhelming Demand with Dave, Rachel, and Foreman. And it's, I don't know if you guys are ready, but it's time for headlines.
Yeah!
Yay!
I like headlines. These are actual headlines. I don't make these things up. Real headlines.
Don't have to.
Don't have to because they're already there. Why would I want to? Why would I make these up?
Don't need to.
Yeah. Here we go. Headlines. These are real headlines. Killer tries to escape prison disguised as a sheep.
Headlines.
How did he get sheep clothing from a...
Well, he started as a wolf.
That's right. Now he's in cheap clothing.
Right.
Study shows cockatoos can not only use tools, they can carry whole toolkits to trickier jobs.
Real headlines.
They're better than my husband.
How about that?
Your cockatoo can bring your toolbox off to the construction site and get to work.
I don't even really care about the headline. I just enjoy saying
Why haven't they all been trained to do that?
I just enjoy saying cockatoo. I don't know why.
Growing up, my friend had a cockatoo. No, a cockatiel.
A cockatiel with a toolbox?
No, a cockatiel's different than a cockatoo.
How many tools could a cockatiel handle?
There's some kind of tongue twister in there that
a limerick of some kind.
Maybe do something.
Yes.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
How many cockatiels did the cockatoo?
Yeah, never mind. No, don't do that. This is almost a local headline. Woodbridge Bakery says drivers smashed into their storefront then got their nails done next door.
That's an actual
While
headline.
I'm parked.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Your door got in the way.
Yeah.
It messed up my nails.
Uh-huh.
Terrible.
If you broke one, there's a right there. You
Yeah.
might as well fix it.
That's how it works. Man sets his own car on fire to deter thieves from stealing the items inside.
Headlines.
That'll do it.
Yeah, I'm
That
sure
will,
it worked.
yes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
yeah.
Success.
Surefire way. Pun intended.
Speaking of, McDonald's to take down McCrispy billboard opposite a crematorium.
Real headlines.
Maybe. Might be
Oh
time.
boy.
Might be time for that.
That's poor
Yeah,
ad
but
placement.
Might be time.
Mhm.
Toblerone is no longer Swiss enough to be Swiss chocolate. It must remove its iconic Matterhorn logo. How about that?
That's an
real.
actual
What?
headline.
They
What do you
can't.
mean? Yes,
they
you
also,
knew that?
They can't write Swiss chocolate on it either.
No.
They have to say established in Switzerland.
That's it, because they don't make it there anymore.
Yeah, they're switching production to Slovakia.
Oh my. What's the point?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's your whole thing.
They must have thought it was worth it. Now they still have Matterhorn mouth roof piercing pieces of chocolate though.
That's true. Yes. They don't have to
hard to
change
eat.
those.
The
Don't
roof
have to
of your
change that. Yeah.
mouth.
Bride dies of heart attack during wedding rituals.
Oh.
Family replaces her with younger sister.
Headlines.
When in need.
We didn't need. Yes, I guess
we
they
paid.
were.
We got catering. We got everything
We
paid
paid
for.
for this. You
Yes.
better
We are
go through
going
with it.
through with this.
Somebody's getting married.
Get her out of here.
Everyone
Next.
said I shouldn't also wear a white dress,
Yeah.
but look at me now.
Yes. Next.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? Wife elopes with another man. Husband marries her lover's wife as revenge.
Real
Sorry,
headlines.
you
With
talking
what-
about Shania Twain?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
I was
thought.
just thinking about-
Isn't this really
Somebody
just
else just told me about a
Yeah.
couples they knew who
Yeah.
basically swapped. And
Yeah,
it was the same
That's
thing.
exactly. It's just wife swapping. With
And
a
I
few,
said, "Oh,
a
that's
few
like
extra
Shania
steps. Really, that's all it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder what the new wife thinks about it being revenge. though.
I don't know. Police crack case of 200,000 stolen Cadbury Easter cream eggs in England. I just like the crack part. I'm sorry.
That's an actual headline.
200,000 though. What are you going to do with 200,000?
Well, the Cadbury is way better in England.
yeah.
That's a lot
Uh,
of. I don't
a
know
lot of
what
cream
other
eggs.
headlines you have left to come, but I'll add one in if it doesn't come.
Okay, sure. All right, if you want. A naked girl enters wrong hotel room. League of Legends gamer continues playing.
Headlines.
Because of course.
That's a headline that should surprise no one.
Yes. Yeah. No, in
Uh,
alternate headline, girlfriend tries to get boyfriend's attention.
Mm,
He
okay.
doesn't look up from his video game.
No,
he
never.
doesn't have a girlfriend.
He doesn't have a
Okay,
girlfriend,
true.
Rachel.
That's
That's
true.
we know
Sorry.
that.
Wrong.
Okay. Catalytic converter stolen from Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Oh boy, that's probably a big one too.
You know what's more
Headlines.
curious is that someone saw the Wienermobile and their first thought was, let's steal the catalytic converter. Don't you think that's kind of
Probably quite large.
yeah, it's a
It's
large
large.
catalytic converter.
Yeah.
All right, off to Florida.
get a lot for it.
Yeah, Florida man cracks a beer open during traffic stop. That's
an
like
actual
every day.
headline.
I
in
feel
Florida.
like that is a given down
Yeah.
there.
Like this one, Florida man arrested after threatening other Florida man with a chainsaw.
Yes.
Headlines.
Every weekend.
Wasn't Woodstock?
Could have been Woodstock. I never thought of that. Alligator puts a stop to Florida man's lacrosse practice.
Real headlines.
Yes. Yeah.
Kids today are
I
so-
was going to replace the chainsaw with the alligator. Then you
Yeah.
launched into an alligator one.
Well,
So
there you go.
it all comes together.
Kids today are so soft, aren't they? I mean, you just- Florida man arrested for, but speaking of which, throwing an alligator through the drive-through window at Wendy's. I
yes.
swear I've done this one before. I
Have
swear.
you? I don't know.
It keeps coming back. I
I
swear.
think it
does.
just keeps happening. Is the
Maybe.
I
problem.
think it's just common. Yeah.
I'll bring the alligator just in case I go to Wendy's for lunch.
Just in
wanted
case
a
they-
chocolate frosty.
Yes.
fuckers.
Just in case they screw up my order.
Police received calls about an intoxicated Florida man in his underwear, but I don't understand why.
Headlines.
You know, this is like
Yeah, that's like
Florida. Of
With
course, he's,
pet
What was he
alligator
doing,
at
though?
Walmart.
That's
of course
like
he's
half
in
the
his
headline.
underwear.
on
Of
meth.
course.
There's
Yes.
something else there.
Threatening someone with the alligator.
That's right. Florida woman arrested after she entered a home uninvited and pepper sprayed Florida man.
Yes, she would
headlines.
do that.
What,
Yeah.
that's
None of this surprises me anymore. It's very difficult
what
to
the
get
humor-
surprising headlines from Florida. That should be like your niche headline subtopic.
I'm sorry, but that headline made me laugh out loud, and the key word there is that she was uninvited. I'm sorry, but that's
They didn't
what,
just say stranger.
That's right. No. This Florida woman was arrested after she entered a home uninvited.
Yeah.
If she had been invited in and pepper sprayed the Florida man, no big deal.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why she was
Right?
asked.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
A naked Florida woman used library parking lot to freshen up.
That's an actual headline.
Naked
I
Florida.
don't even really know what that
Okay.
means, but
I
it's just-
almost missed the naked at the beginning of
yeah,
that.
naked Florida woman.
Okay.
As
Florida
one
As
man.
one does.
That's
I
right.
mean, where else? If
That's
you're
right.
already naked outside,
Well, might as well use it.
you
to
can freshen up anywhere, to
I
be
guess.
honest.
Florida man in tutu caught for breaking into a farmer's market to consume fruit and soda.
Okay. I
don't
like
know.
that one.
I do too. but
I've not
I'm
heard that from Florida yet. So that is a unique
don't know
Florida
what-
headline.
But again, it's not really the tutu. It's the
No,
the
it is.
consuming fruit and soda. I don't know why,
I
but
li-
that, to
That's
me,
so
if-
delightfully.
It
Sure.
is.
If-
That's actually just delightful.
It's delightfully un-Florida behavior.
yes.
That's right.
Yes, it is.
Because it's so wholesome.
Yeah.
If only instead of
Wasn't
breaking
drunk,
into
no
they had s-
alligator involved, not
only-
naked.
If only they had said instead of breaking into uninvited Florida man in tutu. 78-year-old Florida man injured after crashing his homemade plane.
Real headlines.
Wow.
That's bound to happen.
Homemade plane.
Well, was it made out of alligators?
You know what? If I just strap something onto these guys.
That's right. Florida man accidentally shoots friend in arm, says he thought gun was unloaded just like the previous 10 times he pointed the gun at same friend as a joke.
That's an actual
The old
headline.
point a gun at a friend joke never gets old, does it?
No.
Never does.
Fool me
Yeah.
10 times.
Yeah. And Florida man caught moving confiscated marijuana from hood of deputy's patrol car into the vehicle's front grille in an unsuccessful attempt to make evidence disappear.
Headlines.
There's a lot there to
While
unpack.
he's not looking, I'm just going to swipe it down here. Okay. Good try, though.
Unsuccessfully.
I mean, might as well.
My headline was 2 Texas men arrested in organized scented candle theft ring.
How many people want scented candles?
It's an organized ring. I know.
Jeez.
You can steal 200,000 Cadbury cream eggs.
Well, those
There
are
you go.
hot. Those are a hot commodity, at Easter time.
Sure.
Yes.
This is due to underwhelming demand. The podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Foreman. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. We appreciate it. Thank you. We have
Yeah.
a lot of people who regularly listen to the podcast, and we appreciate that.
Yes.
That's
Thank
why-
you.
That's why
And
we
thank
do
you
this.
for telling your friends, because I've had a few people say, "Oh, I told my friends about your podcast. They miss you on the radio." So thank you so much for spreading the word about us. One of our listeners, who I know listens so religiously every week, his name is Dave.
Mhm.
He messaged because of our last podcast. Foreman, you talked about your trip to Mexico.
Oh
Yes.
boy, yeah,
And
that's
the
right.
worst trip ever.
Yeah.
So Dave says, "OMG, I'm in the middle of the pod right now, and Foreman just finished his tale of Mexico. Holy shit, that's crazy. I hope you're better now." Do you have any updates? Is everybody feeling okay? Is everybody's health back to normal?
Health is back to normal.
Okay.
Trauma is subsiding. I
I
didn't even
No
get to
kidding.
the highlight. The one bright spot. It was an
Mm.
expensive bright spot, but it was a nice bright thing that my entire family did, Rachel, that you would never do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what's that?
Probably swim with fish or snorkel.
Is it that obvious?
Yes, because I have done that and I had a
Yes.
panic attack. I would never
Which
do
one?
it again.
Snorkeling or swimming with fish? I guess both.
Well,
in one go.
snorkeling, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a fun fact, also swam with dolphins before, which I didn't
Did
love, but I did it.
because
Jeremy
wow.
wanted to do it. Oh, you
That's
did.
what everybody did was swim
Oh,
with
you
dolphins.
did.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool. Good for you. I would love
Yeah.
to do that. I've never done that.
Now we paid $80 US for Emily to stand at the edge of the pool and scream and have it stay away from her. So that was a little bit annoying.
Oh, she didn't want to go in.
Well, she did at the start until it was time to go in, and we're like, "Well, we paid like $100 for you, so you're
You're
going in."
getting in.
Yeah.
Ashley is traumatized. She thinks the lakes in Ontario could have sharks in them and won't swim in them.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
for her
No.
to swim with the dolphin and ride on the dolphin, like
But
the-
she rode on it.
you swim to the
cool.
end of the pool, the dolphins swim underwater where you can't see them, and then they pop up behind you and you grab a fin and you go for a ride.
Okay,
Oh, cool.
yes, I did
would
that.
love
yes.
to do that. I've never
Yeah.
done that. I should look into that.
Mhm.
It's fun, but if you like fish, it's probably funner.
Harley had a fabulous time because she did it too, and she's only 9. She loved it. Ashley actually quite enjoyed it, so I'm proud of
Okay.
her for getting over her fear.
Oh, good.
It was
Good.
life-changing.
Really?
it was
Was she
hundreds
not
of
afraid
dollars.
anmore?
No, I don't know if she would do it again. I don't think she's particularly afraid at the
Mm.
very least. So it might help her with her fear of lakes in general.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's good. That's good. I mean, the whole thing about the fish being in the water is boggles me that you wouldn't know that, and that when you go snorkeling, that's exactly what you're going to look at. I've never quite
Mhm.
understood why that light didn't go on before you got in the water, Rachel. But okay.
Oh, well, no, I knew I was going snorkeling and I thought I was going to be able to do it, and I couldn't.
Yeah,
So
because
I
there's fish
had to-
everywhere,
yeah,
and they're
it
really
was
cool.
like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
they're
they're
coming at me.
They're beautiful. They're
I think
colorful.
it's probably a lovely experience if you are not terrified of fish like I am. Yeah.
It's the reason
I
you
think
go
it's-
snorkeling.
That's
Right.
pretty much the reason.
Well,
to
I was
go
on a
there.
vacation with friends and they wanted to go, so we got in the ocean and I
Mm.
was like, I'm a lifeguard. I don't need a life jacket. And then I had an immediate panic attack and got out and got a life jacket and went in very cautiously, but didn't stay the
Uh-huh.
whole time.
That's what
I did
snorkeling-
it.
Okay.
But it didn't help my fear.
Group vacations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When are you going again? And please keep me away. I want.
Nobody wants to get sick with Foreman or me when I'm swimming with
Yeah,
fish.
nobody wants to be.
Ah,
I'll get sick with Foreman. That doesn't.
That'll be from the pool by then.
That's right.